Welcome back to the 7th episode of Not Fully Qualified. We're Sarah.
I'm Taylor.
And this podcast is all about real talk as we try to navigate adulthood, careers, building a life together, getting married, and everything in between.
Even if we don't have it all figured out.
Sweet. So, what are our updates from this week? We are officially less than 1 month from our wedding. Woo! This Saturday will be 3 weeks out, which is pretty crazy.
You hear that, Jet? Your humans are getting married.
Woo! It kind of hits me off and on.
That means Jet is officially going to be a Harlambos.
Correct. Jet, are you ready for your name change?
And Waffles over there, already a Harlambos.
Yeah, already. Although she might be under my name since I am the one who takes her to the bed. But I'll have to look into that. So many places. What I'm really not ready for is how annoying I've heard it is to change your name and all the places you have to remember where to do it. So, like,
You'll be fine.
social media, social security, driver's license, passport, credit cards, bank cards.
So happy I don't have to change my last name.
I mean, it really made me think twice because of how annoying I've heard it is, but trading one complicated last name for another. So what other updates do we have? So the signs that I mentioned last time that I ordered, the welcome sign and the seating chart that came literally bent in half.
So embarrassing
so bad.
for them. You would think that a sign company would understand how to ship items like that and not how they did.
They make it sound like...
And also, can they please invest in a sticker that says, do not bend?
But that's what I'm saying. All it said was fragile. And yes, you should also not bend something that says fragile. But I also feel like it could be very clear.
There are stickers that literally say, do not bend.
That's what I suggested to them when I wrote to them. They made it sound like, because they were asking me for pictures, and I tried to send them videos, but then I couldn't because I couldn't send a zip file and all the things. So I sent them pictures. It sounds like they were making a claim with their carrier.
Okay.
And it sounds like they maybe don't package their own stuff, which I would say is a miss on their part and probably leads to a lot of instances.
So do they just like sub out all these
I'm not sure
designs?
Because they were asking me for all these pictures, which I'm happy to provide so that I'm not scamming them. And then they mentioned that they were making a claim with their carrier. And because I had said, can you not pack this? So they packed it in a cardboard box, but then they just had that little, what even was that, styrofoamy packing material? Kind of soft, flexible material.
Yeah, not rigid at all.
And they had the two signs together, and the box bent, so the inside bent. And so I asked them, is there any way you can put more cardboard in here? Because why would you not sandwich it between two cardboard panels?
Right.
And include that soft packing stuff. And they said that they would let their advise their carrier. And I said also you should probably have a do not bend sticker, which they still didn't add.
There was a fragile sticker though.
There was a fragile sticker again. And I was a little concerned because when this one arrived, it also had a big crease on the box again. But thankfully they're intact. I put everything, I looked at them, also glad that
And they look really good, so good job.
Yeah, all of the writing's not blurry, which I was a little bit worried about because it was kind of coming up blurry in the mock. So all in all, I'm glad that it looks good. I was able to also cut a few things from our florist budget because the florist expense is the most expensive out of all of the vendors. And I'm not even a person who needs that many flowers.
It kills me. I think this probably kills me more than buying a Christmas tree. I think it's like I think it's like right up there. Like,
I would say this probably would...
Obviously, it kills me more because it's obviously way more expensive. But just the concept of...
Right, because it's dead plants.
It's dead plants and they charge... And I get it. A wedding needs to look great with the flowers. I understand. It adds a nice ambiance to it. But oh my
I would say
gosh.
the crazy thing is that we've cut a lot.
Right.
You're the only person who has a boutonniere. Our dads don't even have boutonnieres. obviously
my boutonniere is probably $1,000.
And then my girls and I have our
honestly,
bouquets.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is like a $300 boutonniere.
I wouldn't either. And my bouquet, I said mine will be medium and theirs can be kind of on the smaller end, and they're still a couple $100 each, which is insane. I'm not even having an crazy huge bouquet.
I wonder what their profit margins are.
You have to think it's got to be
probably insane,
especially
right?
Because it's no joke. When you whisper the word wedding, just everything gets jacked up, like insane prices.
Right.
But obviously you can't not say that you're having a wedding because it would be very obvious. Otherwise, why would I be ordering a bouquet?
Right.
I ended up cutting flowers for waffles because kind of unnecessary and also, again, just oddly expensive. And we're repurposing as much as we can from the ceremony to the reception. One thing that really got me was I love the idea of donating the flowers after the wedding because give them a second life. It is totally pointless that they're kind of one use. And the idea of them going to a hospital or a nursing home like makes me feel really good. What they don't tell you is that you still have to pay the florist like $500 or more to take all the flowers out of the containers that are theirs and put them in some kind of way that
we nixed that, right?
We nixed that.
Okay.
That the nonprofit can come and get them, or you even have to go take them. Like someone would have to take that. It just is like not.
So
you could
you're
get
trying
like
to do the nice
possibly a
thing.
tax deduction, but it's
you're
just,
trying to do the nice thing, but they make it hard for you to do the nice thing.
Yeah, you're trying to do a nice thing, but then you still have to pay even more money to do the nice thing, and it's like I just want to donate these. Like it sucks
like
that
this,
you have to pay for them to be donated, and you have to potentially go deliver them yourself too.
That reminds me, like, okay, so I'm obviously, for people that don't know, I'm in the warehousing business, and we got a visit from the county of San Bernardino, I don't know, a couple months ago. And they were asking about our food waste, quote unquote food waste, like expired products and what we do with them. Do we donate them? Do we give them to food banks? Blah, 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 blah. We technically don't make that decision because it's our client's decision on what they want to do. So this doesn't fall under our purview. But if we wanted to make donations to a food bank, we would have to follow all these rules and regulations on how to donate it. There would have to be a specified partner. We'd have to report to the city how much in tonnage of food waste are we putting out. We have to have a specific training routine, a training program that all of our employees have to go through in order to identify food waste and excess food waste, just to donate product to the food banks. Like, I literally told the guy, I'm like, you just don't want us to donate, do you? He's like, no, that's not what we want. I'm like, the barriers to entry to give these people free product is impossible. So we're better off just throwing it away.
Right.
No, well, don't do that. Well, why do we have to spend all this money to put these people in these training programs and do all these things just to donate free product? Like, I don't understand.
Right.
Why do we have to pay the florist $500 to take it out of the vessel that it's in?
Right.
Grinds my gears.
Yeah, it's so, unfortunately nixed that idea, but yeah, it's such a good idea, and there aren't too many.
How about this? Guess, for your thank you of you coming to our wedding, each one of you that sits at these tables can bring one of these centerpieces home.
No, because that also costs extra, so no one can take anything.
What?
Correct.
What if they just take it out of the vase?
I mean, possibly if they take it out of the vase, but they can't take it with the vase.
Okay, I get
and
that.
all of our guests are from out of town, so I don't really see anybody doing that, but yeah, because that was going to be extra money to pay for vases that could go home with people.
Oh my God.
So I said no to that.
They get you.
So yeah, that's why you don't
it's all
think
these
of these
ancillary
things.
charges.
Yes, that's why I was like, oh, yep, nope, we're not going to do that. So if you see anybody trying to leave with that, tell them to stop.
And just so everyone knows, industry benchmarks, a well-run wedding florist typically aims for a 70% markup on wholesale flowers.
Wow.
70% markup.
Wow.
20% markup on supplies, and 20 to 30% of labor is labor. 70%.
Yeah. So even with us not doing a ton of florals, that is the most expensive vendor. And which is crazy to think about because it's just the flower. It's not even a vendor it's not even the DJ who's there all night. It's not even the wedding planner who's like running, executing it. So
that's insane.
It's wild. But anyways, so we have been working through a lot of the final payments also hit about 1 month out from the wedding. And so all the payments up until now have been kind of on a flow at different times, and then they kind of all hit at once. So definitely overwhelming to be paying all those off, even though they're like the last payments. But some of them are the biggest payment as well, being the last one. And
it was literally just
yeah, we have a couple more, but for the most part, the majority. I don't want to give Taylor a heart attack, but the majority are paid. And then I will say that the budget is one of the hardest things to figure out and swallow in wedding planning. Even being someone who has worked events for over 10 years, it's definitely different when it's your own money, when it's your own, the biggest day of your life. You're personally invested in so many ways, but then you're also like, why is everything so expensive? It's outrageous.
Don't even get me started on it.
So I will say that we have had some exciting milestones, though. We got our wedding bands, and it was really exciting to see you put yours on. Yours has some weight to it, so I think
flick
that'll
off
be
the camera, so I gotta be like
the ring finger. I think yours will take a little bit of time to get used to because of the weight.
Oh, but like, did yours take a long time for you to get? Well, you used to wear rings.
I used to wear rings, and I used to wear bigger rings than this too. So for me, it took a little time getting used to on this particular finger because I wore my rings on other fingers, but it didn't take too long. I think for you it'll be a change, especially because yours is also heavy duty.
It's not that heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
When I put it on, it didn't seem heavy to me. I don't know.
It's pretty heavy.
Hopefully my finger gets jacked then. Do all little like finger ups.
Yeah, you better not let your finger get like too swollen or anything because otherwise it's gonna cut off the circulation.
I do have a big knuckle, so when that bad boy slides on, it's not coming off.
Yeah, and what I found interesting was that you're kind of planning on just wearing that because I feel like a lot of guys who work out, they have that silicone kind of ring.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what you like because I actually take my wedding ring off when I work out. One, because it's so tall, but two, because it pinches. I kind of have wimpy hands, so I don't like when things pinch when I'm lifting a bar or something because then that's all I'm thinking. Even with gloves, it just pinches. So
I imagine just wearing it 24/7.
Yeah, it'll look good.
I don't want to lose it.
I know. Yeah.
I don't want to lose it.
Yeah, and you're a little bit more notorious about not putting your stuff in the same place. I'm pretty.
Yeah. No,
I get a little intense about that, and so I know like exactly where things are for the most part. So
like, thank God I drive a Tesla now, and I don't.
That's so nice.
Manage car keys anymore because I would put my car key here.
Yeah, you'd always lose your car keys.
I'd always lose my car keys.
That's why I have mine on a huge lanyard, which you hate, but you would always lose your
car
keys.
Because your lanyard hits my knee when I'm driving, and you being like 5'0" your knee doesn't even come close to even touching
and
that
it makes
area.
me never lose my keys. And sometimes it comes in handy because sometimes I do have to fit it around my neck.
Yeah, I get every once in a while it comes in handy.
It's also what I'm also jealous about is that you don't have to remember where you parked because sometimes I cannot remember. And
that's the most glorious.
That's the worst when you're in Vegas and you're in those huge parking lots. And I remember one time Ashley and Sassy and I were in Vegas and we couldn't find my car, and we went to the spot we thought it was, and there was the exact same car, but it was a different license plate, and obviously my key didn't work, and we were so confused, and it's hot, and I was clicking it, nothing's beeping. Turns out we were on the wrong floor, but that car was like exactly where I was parked, but one level down.
So, funny story, similar. My grandpa, my mom's dad, when he was in Hawaii with the rental car, was like leaving the grocery store, and he came out to what he thought was his car, and he like unlocked it, and maybe the car was already unlocked, but he like the car was unlocked or it unlocked, I don't know, but he like opened the trunk, put his groceries in there, like got in the car and was like, why isn't the car starting? Like, he couldn't get the car to start. And he's like confused. And this lady like came back and was like,
You're stealing my car.
what are you doing in my car? And my grandpa was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. This is like, I thought this was my car. Super funny.
That's wild. But yeah, you don't have to worry about that at all, which is so nice. Unless for some reason you don't have service.
They really do hate Teslas or not, whatever band you fly with. It definitely reduces the friction of driving. It is a nice car to drive.
I will say, yeah, there's a lot of
You get in the
things that
car,
they address.
you just get in and go, and get out.
There's a lot of features.
You don't need to lock the car.
Yeah, the fact that you don't have to lock the car is also crazy to me. It feels weird.
It's awesome. Like
Feels
whenever
weird.
I drive your car, I'm like, have to like, damn, I'm driving
Yeah.
a stupid car. You know, like, dang, I have to remember to lock the doors.
Yeah.
I have to remember to touch the brakes.
Technologically dumb.
I have to remember to put it in drive. I have to all these things.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. It also trips me out. This is a total tangent, but it also trips me out. I've barely driven your car. I don't feel super confident. I probably need to practice more. But what trips me out is that if you just let go of the acceleration,
Yeah,
that
the
it will
regenerative
just,
braking.
that is such a retrain of the brain.
You retrain my brain when I drive your car. I let
Yeah,
off the gas, and then
true.
I'm like, why aren't I slowing
True,
down?
that's a little scarier. That's a little scarier. Well, speaking of your grandparents, we got to see them this weekend for a nice lunch, which was awesome.
Very nice.
It was good to have kind of some one-on-one time with them and
Talk story.
talk story, hear about their adventures, because both your grandparents, your Grammy and your grandpa, are pilots, licensed pilots. Obviously, they
Was
don't.
licensed,
Yeah, they
yeah.
don't fly anymore, but they used to fly all over the world.
All over the world.
And have literally just at a whim. And
Yeah,
just
they
be like,
they
where are we
talked to
going
us
today?
a story about
Where the
flying
wind's
from
blowing.
here to Cairo.
Yeah,
So yeah, they flew above, from California up
Canada,
to Canada,
yeah.
from Canada over to Iceland, and
Greenland,
then Greenland
and
and down.
down.
So
It's
crazy.
just crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, and some of their stories and, you know, what was it, dirt
the
dirt
dirt
runways,
runways, yeah, that-
and almost crashing in the Amazon forest and just all the things. I mean, just crazy. It's hard to imagine.
Yeah. So as a private pilot, you're able to just take off and go wherever you want. So
Go.
like you don't have to have a flight plan or log anything.
Yeah,
can
you
just, like,
basically don't really have to talk to
No,
anybody
you don't have
either,
to
is
talk
what
to
it sounded
anyone. You
like.
just
I mean, maybe things have changed,
you
but
just like take off and land wherever you want. Yeah, maybe things have changed, but
yeah, it sounded like a lot of freedom.
oh yeah. I remember when I was a kid.
adventures.
When I was a kid, one day they like called my parents and was like, "Hey, we want to take the boys somewhere." My parents were like, "Sure." So they they just like flew us up to in his little small plane that he had. It like flew us up to where was it? Oh, Sacramento for the day. And just like went up to see the state capitol and just putzed around in Sacramento and then just came home.
It's cool.
It's great.
It's crazy to think about. Especially as someone who used to get airsick, thankfully I don't really get airsick very often, still get seasick, used to get car sick.
Are you trying to get your pilot's license?
I don't think I think that my fear of, sort of fear of heights, kind of just fear of falling, would be very hard to overcome. I feel like, and your grandpa, like, wasn't it crazy that he said he only had 4 lessons before?
No, it was 6 hours of flying with an instructor.
Yeah,
it was
before
like
he was,
4.
like-
It was 4 hours or 6 hours of flying with an instructor in the plane, and then his after that he went on his first solo flight.
Yeah, which I could not. I would need 40 years of someone.
Like, what if something went wrong?
Yeah.
Like, what if something went wrong that you didn't train for with your instructor, and
Yeah.
you had to figure it out on the fly?
Yeah.
Pun intended.
And what if your communications were down
Yeah.
and someone also couldn't walk you through what to do?
Yeah, you're SOL.
Yeah. So I don't think I have the guts for that.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
You definitely have way more guts than I do.
I mean, I
so
might, but it'd be scary.
It'd be really
I don't know if
scary.
I'd be down.
I don't know if I would be down to fly with you.
What? That'd be so safe.
I mean, I would trust you more than I would trust myself, but I would probably be sweating the entire time and possibly get sick like airsick from that, especially being in a small plane. That might bring back my air sickness.
Maybe.
But it sounded really cool, and it's fun to hear. I feel like in family gatherings, I always forget to ask, especially like my older family members, more about their lives, because usually, you know, it's like the holidays. It's really just rubbing on me. It's usually the holidays, and even my own parents. I feel like I need to be a little bit more intentional about asking them about their life even before me, or even when I was a kid and I don't remember it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know they have those kind of like storybook things to do that now, but I feel like I need to be more intentional about that.
So our parents did have lives before us.
They did, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And your dad, I feel like, almost knows more about some of my dad's stories, because he was basically interviewing him the last time they hung out.
Yeah, basically.
He was like, oh, your dad told me about this and this and this. And I'm like, I've never heard of that. Made me feel bad that I don't ask them more things. We also had a baptism to go to for the newest, well, actually not the newest nephew, the second to newest nephew. Now there's a newer one. And then we also got to go to Greek Fest. So tell them about that.
Yeah, Greek Fest is at the local Greek church that my grandma actually was like one of the founding members of.
Yeah.
Over here in Pasadena, St. Anthony's Greek Orthodox Church. And so every year they do a Greek festival where we just eat a ton of Greek food. It's awesome. It's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event at the church. And they just have a bunch of different vendors there. And we usually always go every single year. This year we went for dinner time, and it was super.
It was the first time. Usually we go for lunch.
It was packed. And we threw down a ton of lamb chops, lamb skewer, or no, was it pork skewers? Pork skewers, and then some baklava.
Yep.
And
feta fries.
Some feta fries. It was really
good. And there was there's live music.
Yeah.
Looked like there was some kind of kid dancing troupe.
Yeah, and there's like a cooking class or something
going
on.
There's a couple bars. Yeah, we missed the cooking class.
And I ate way too many lamb chops and pork skewers.
Yes, but it was absolutely delicious.
I think I had like 6 lamb chops.
I really wanted the Greek salad, but the Greek salad line was
insane.
Because
I think that was like the actual like dinner area.
Yeah, I think they also had some other
foods.
Stuff. Yeah,
they had like a legit dinner.
Yeah, and that was fun. And we also finally, someone brought it up. I think they figured it out from my Instagram post.
Because it was so obvious.
Well, I obviously was making it obvious because I wanted to tease what our last episode 6, if you haven't caught it, we had a big surprise announcement. So spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what it is, you can go, or if you want to hear it first, you can go listen to that first. But we're getting a second dog, a sister for Waffles and Jinx and Jet, and your family started bringing it up since they figured it out. And what would you say the reactions were?
Mixed. I don't know. Like they're excited, I guess.
I think a lot of them were just curious. They were just
like,
you're getting a second dog?
You're like, getting a second dog? Like what?
Oh gosh.
Like same size? I'm like, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I ended up finally telling my parents last week. What is happening right now? I ended up telling my parents last week, and they were like, oh my gosh, I actually grew up with 2 dogs my whole life, so it's not like they were super shocked about a second dog, but I think just shocked that we finally did it. My mom, from the start of when we got Waffles, actually tried to convince us to get 2 puppies at the same time.
Yeah, that would have been
absolutely insane. And there's not really any good time to get a pup, but I figured this is probably the best time to do it. And Jet is straight up drooling on me so much. Whenever if you're watching the video, Jet is currently on my shoulders, which is his favorite place in the whole wide world for some reason, and he drools immediately and purrs when he's on me. And if you didn't think cats drool, I don't know if you can see it, but they definitely do.
Yeah, it's gonna get all over the mic.
Yeah. Jet, come on.
And Jet's purrs are not like a normal cat.
No.
It's literally just
They're
yeah. It's so funny.
It's so weird. He is a very unusual cat. He is the softest cat.
But yeah, I think the fam is. I think they're pumped for us to get another dog because they know how much we love our little Waffles, who's just literally passed out hard right now.
Yeah, where even is she? She's not
over there off camera, passed out.
So some more updates. Oh, my last dress fitting actually was not my final dress fitting. I thought it was. I assumed it was. That's why I invited your mom, and it wasn't. So I actually have a final dress fitting, not this week, but next week. So she was just double checking different things before making additional cuts to some of the fabric, which I appreciate. I'd rather have her double check than mess something up, but I didn't realize that was just another fitting. And then I started, so my podcast program, I did the week 1 homework, which was creating a trailer for our podcast. And we did not create a trailer when we first launched. So I thought it'd be a good exercise. I think if we end up posting it, I'd rather have you record it with me since this is our podcast together. But just to go through the homework exercise, I recorded it by myself, and then I sent it to 10 people. I got a couple of responses saying they'll get to it, and I only got 2 people. One person was just really supportive but didn't give me any feedback. Only one other person gave me feedback and said, while this isn't necessarily something that she would be interested in, she would love to hear more about all the different careers that I've had and my experiences making all of those transitions, because that's kind of where she's at in her life. So that sounds like a good option to talk about for a future episode. So I might get into that. I kind of forget that I've had a lot of different careers,
right.
Even in my not even super long time of working, because I worked in advertising, I worked in hotels, and I worked as an executive assistant, and then now going off on my own. And it sounds like a lot, especially when I compare it to somebody like you, who you've worked for your company since you graduated.
Yeah, since I graduated.
I kind of forget that to other people.
Since 2015.
To other people, I've worked a lot of different jobs.
10 years.
So that was a good tip, and if that sounds interesting, then I'll definitely get into that in a future episode. Hopefully I get some more feedback, and my podcasting program is on week 2, so just started that and haven't even looked at the homework yet.
You got a really needy JetBoo with you today.
I know, and his hair is getting all over me and tickling my face. For my yoga teacher training, I hit 84%, so almost at 85.
Wow.
I'm learning about the subtle body, which...
And when did you start taking that?
I think I signed up at the end of February, but I think that I would kind of start out sort of focusing on baking, so I don't think I really got into just focusing on yoga until maybe May.
Yeah.
And right now I'm learning about the subtle body, which is really interesting, but also a little hard to wrap my head around a bit. So I finished the chakras, which are the energy centers in the body. That was pretty easy for me to understand. Then I learned about the koshas, which I think I need to do my own separate dive because they kind of go over it pretty quickly. And kosha means sheath in Sanskrit.
What is sheath?
And it's like a different layers of the body. I still don't know enough to really explain it, so I don't want to get too into it until I can do my own deeper dive into it, because I think I need more explanation. And then I just
What's
started...
your favorite chakra?
My favorite chakra, they're all pretty interesting. And actually, I was surprised in my training. So they each are associated. So there's let's see if I can do it. I can't say the Sanskrit. I don't have the Sanskrit fully memorized, but there's the root, which is at the base of your spine. There's the sacral, which is kind of in your pelvic area. The solar plexus, which is kind of like your upper abdomen. The heart chakra, throat, third eye, and crown.
Nice.
And they each have a color associated with them. And I was like, how am I supposed to remember all the colors and then also what they mean? And if it's in balance, these are the qualities. And if it's out of balance, this is what can happen. It's just a lot to have to memorize. But I'm surprised they didn't mention that the colors are in order of the rainbow. And so,
That's a miss.
Do you remember Roy G. Biv as the acronym for red, orange, yellow,
No, I just
green,
remembered
blue, indigo, violet? So that's the color of the rainbow.
My rainbow goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Okay, well, you're missing a couple. Because the indigo and
What
the
am I missing?
violet,
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
it's indigo and violet. So indigo and violet
That's like,
kind of look
no,
similar.
like elementary school rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Well, okay. It actually is Roy G. Biv is what the acronym is because it's indigo and violet. And they look
I don't even know what
similar.
indigo color, what is that?
Indigo is kind of a mix between purple and blue. That's why it's kind of confusing because it's not very defined because it's between the blue and the purple. So it kind of looks
so
like
that's
them
like
together.
artistic rainbow.
Those are the colors of the rainbow. But anyways, they don't mention this they don't tell you that that's the order. Like that would be, at least for me, who memorized that, because I was looking at it, how am I supposed to remember what each chakra's color is? And then I was like, oh, this kind of goes in this is the color of the rainbow. Okay, that's way easier for me to remember. So I'm learning about the koshas and the vayus. And those are very new to me. I think the vayus, I think it means wind. I just learned about today, so if this is wrong, that's my bad.
The keyboard warriors are gonna be like, nah.
I know. And that has been kind of a little bit more challenging for me to understand because it's how energy moves through your body. And so it's a little bit, it's non-physical, so that's why it's just a little bit more challenging to totally understand and for me to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do a deeper dive on it and find ways that it can stick in my brain a little bit more. But still very interesting, just a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it, just a little harder to totally understand. And
it's probably because it's just so new. It's not like anything
so
you've
different.
ever had conversation about at all.
Right.
And other things you probably heard, chakras, I'm sure you've heard through just
Right.
different yoga
Yeah,
practices.
that's definitely
and
more common.
I'm sure you've never heard of this before.
No,
in
I've
any
never
yoga
heard of
practice.
koshas,
Yeah.
and I've never heard of vayus.
Yeah, so that's why it's just third world right now.
Yeah, totally. And I did get my feedback finally for my script. Thankfully, it was on the right track, and there was just 2 pieces of feedback which could just make it better, but she said that it was totally passable.
Nice.
So feel good about that. I actually edited it today based on that feedback. So I think my class 1 script is done, other than the fact that I'm still leaving in goddess pose.
Are you resubmitting that for another like grading thing, or?
I will at the end, but I mean, I don't know if they cut you off, but from the Facebook group, it sounded like you could submit 1 and get feedback on it. I don't know if you can submit more than 1. And then there is, surprisingly, there's only 1 class on Fridays that you can get feedback on your sequence in a live Zoom call. And
how many people are you competing against to get
that's
feedback?
only 1. I mean, the last Friday when I attended it just to see how that class was, she was able to get through 5 people, I think, because it was an hour and a half class. And some people felt like she kind of went through it really quickly, but maybe because she didn't have feedback on certain things. And then other people, she had like a good amount of feedback. And I did feel bad because there were some people who I don't think they've ever taken that vinyasa sequencing class that I attended. And then I realized that this program has other requirements that they don't mention in the instructions that they expect to see in a sequence that just their program requires. Other studios and stuff like that I don't think would require it. And so some of the feedback she was giving to them sounded like it was those requirements, and they were like, where is this? What is she talking about? And I was just thinking, Yeah, they should basically
Should have done
require
your
you.
homework.
They should basically require you to attend that one because otherwise you would fail your
Right.
sequence, I think, because you wouldn't know you had these were other requirements not listed. So now that I finished that one, then I'm going to work on my second one that I have to do verbatim. So I have to write out every single word that I would say in the class. And for my final assignment, I just have to do those 2 verbatim, and then the rest of the 6 that are required, you can just write the poses. So those should go a little bit faster. But yeah, and then I need more practice actually teaching. So I've asked a few people who are also yoga teachers. I still am waiting to hear back, but I have a few friends who are certified yoga teachers who I'm hoping to also practice with because they've actually gone through the training, they practice yoga. And so while it's valuable for me to practice on somebody like you, because you can give me feedback on, is this clear for someone who's never taken yoga? Because I obviously would probably have students who've never taken yoga and need to be able to teach them as well. I also want the feedback from someone who's experienced who could give me, hey, this is a tip I've
Picked up,
things like that. So still working on that, but making my way along.
Hey, almost there.
Almost there.
15% more almost.
15% more, and then the test, which I think my weaknesses, right now are learning about these new things and really trying to memorize the Sanskrit, because that's just, some of it I just know from hearing it in my yoga classes, but a lot of it I don't know, like these newer things, and it can just be a little challenging to remember. And then I think my other biggest area of opportunity in terms of the actual poses, because I know how to do the poses, is 1, not just cueing it clearly, but then 2 is also, one thing I'm a little nervous about is memorizing the modifications if someone has an injury or something like that they're working through. I'm not super confident about that because I haven't really had any injuries, and so I haven't had to do a lot of modifications, and so that just makes me a little nervous because you have to be really, really careful about what you tell people and make sure they don't hurt themselves. So I need to study that a little bit more too because I think they might test you on that. And then what have we been watching this week?
Couple things. Operation Mincemeat on Netflix. Solid movie. It is doesn't sound like a good movie title, but it was really good. It's basically all about espionage and
during World War II. With, I think this was Britain.
Yes.
And we don't want to give it away, but basically,
the Allied invasion of Germany.
I think it's. They said at the end of the movie, it's either the most well-known or the most praised or successful espionage that we know of. I'm sure there's a lot of things that aren't public and
sure.
that nobody knows about, except for maybe the government. So it was really interesting. It seems very far-fetched, but
100% true story.
That's what makes it real. And we've been pretty into a lot of war movies, especially the ones that are based on true stories. And we've watched a lot of really, really fascinating ones that just, again, don't seem real, but real life is crazier than fiction. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Whatever that saying is. Like, you can't make this up. It's so crazy. So that was a really good movie. Enjoyed that. And
we're also catching up on Wednesday.
Yeah, catching up on Wednesday, season 2. Getting a little in the mood for spooky season a little bit, even though it does not feel like spooky season yet in Southern California.
We have a black cat that follows us around everywhere we go.
It's spooky season all the time in this house. And then I don't know if it's the finale that's coming up of Dark Wolf.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we are all caught up, so we're waiting for the
super
next
good
episode.
Series.
And this is the prequel to The Terminal List.
Did you like Terminal List more, or did you like Dark Wolf more?
Ooh, that's a good question. Especially not having read the book like you did.
The book was like a million times better.
I think I like Terminal List because it just, you love the story of kind of the underdog taking down
Big dog.
the big dogs. So I did like it in that way, but I really like, I can't remember what this actor's name is who plays Ben, but he's been in a lot of things, Friday Night Lights and
Taylor Kirsch.
Yeah,
Something or other.
I really like him as an actor, so
Yeah.
I'm enjoying him, even though.
Is it Tyler or Taylor?
I wanted to say Taylor as well, but
I think it's
Taylor.
I think it's Taylor.
Your name.
Taylor Kirsch or something.
Yeah, I think he's a really good actor, so I'm enjoying it, even though his character
It's weird. No.
Is, you just see like the change in the character.
Yeah.
But
Dark Wolf.
Yeah, Dark Wolf, exactly. Dark Wolf, the anti-hero kind of. Yeah, and then how did your fantasy football go this week?
Oh, won both leagues.
Wow.
So I advanced to 1-2 in both leagues.
Okay.
My team finally just put it together this week and went off.
Nice.
Absolutely went off.
Nice.
Amazing. Felt so good.
What are you ranked?
Last place. Actually, I think 11th and 1, and I think like 11th or 12th in the other. But now I don't know. I need to see what the rankings change too. But
Real underdog story there as well.
It's early. It's early in fantasy. Anything can happen.
It's early in fantasy, yeah. It's not the witching hour yet.
No.
In the season.
Starters could get hurt and out, and
Yeah.
just that's what happens.
When is the witching hour in football season, would you say?
I mean, coming up to playoffs. Yeah. I would say like midway through the season, actually, because that's kind of when teams make it or break it. When they can get a fantasy run, or not a fantasy, when they can get a playoff run or not.
Nice.
So hopefully I don't become affected by the witching hour. I want my loss to become wins, and not my wins to become losses.
True. Right now, I think witching hour would benefit you because you're kind of on the flip side of it.
Yeah.
But hey, you might be on an upward momentum.
I could just catapult here.
You could.
I could just catapult, and this could just be the catalyst to where I just win out every single game from now on forward.
Didn't you have an undefeated season one year?
No.
Oh.
Alex did almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. But I have been good in one of my leagues, so.
Nice.
We'll see.
And so this week coming up, we are going to Hardwell.
Woo! On Saturday. Can't wait.
Which you're pretty excited about. Hardwell. Spaceman. We caught a little bit. Well, no, I don't think we actually saw him at Tomorrowland.
No.
We wanted to, but he was closing at the same time. I think Armin or something was closing, and it was like hard to choose. But Hardwell brings me back to what they call the golden age of EDM, which was, I can't remember the exact years, it was like 2011 to 2015 or something like that. And that's when I really first was, I think 2011 was the first year I went to EDC. I think I went to my first show, like my first EDM show in 2010, I think. And so I feel like Hardwell still plays a lot of the classics from that time that just give you that nostalgia.
I hope he plays a 2-hour set.
And I feel like if it's your show, you should have to play at least 2 hours. Ideally 3. But at least 2. I'll settle for 2. But just like the 1.5 hours I only got from Cascade is just not enough at Sunsoaked. Not enough. So hoping Hardwell plays. Morton, I'm excited to see him as well. I really hope that he's right before Hardwell. We saw Morton at Tomorrowland. He was really fun.
One of my favorite Hardwell memories was, I think, like EDC, had been like EDC 2016, I think. And he was playing main stage, and he had like the 3 o'clock set or something.
Yeah. That was when the headliners were coming on.
Almost like front row, and it was just like the biggest big room just going on. We're just raging so hard, and I was like looking at this guy in front of me, and he was just the whole time just like this, and I'm like thinking in my head like, oh my god, this is insanity right now. It's like 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, and we're just like raging.
That's EDC, and that's when the headliners come on.
So I'm really excited.
Which is so hard to do now at our age.
I'm really excited.
Really excited. But Hardwell goes hard, just like his name. He's always jumping. He always has super high energy. I would say, it's definitely not my favorite memory of Hardwell, but whenever I think of Hardwell, I want to say it had to be 2014 or so. He played this ultra set, and he had this amazing opening, and I can't even remember what the opening was. I'd have to go look at it again, but I remember kind of like started out slow and then built up, which I love that kind of start. And that's all I wanted to see at Coachella. I just wanted to see his opening specifically. He was the one person who I told Ashley and Sassy, we have to go and I need to see his opening. And so we go. I can't remember if anybody else was with us or if that was the year that it was just the three of us. We go, and as soon as we get there, literally it's like about to start. Sassy turns to me and realizes she lost her wallet. She lost her wallet and is like, oh my gosh, I think I left it where we were sitting, which was not close. And I'm thinking, okay, one, it's probably already gone. Do we really have to go look for it? And of course, being a good friend, I'm like, okay, like, let's go check. So we go check. Of course, it's not there. We look everywhere. We go to Lost and Found. They don't have it. And then come back, see Hardwell, but already missed like half the set. And I was like, oh, it would have been worth it if we found her stuff. We didn't even find her stuff. So I'm so mad. And then
so that's on you.
And then as we were leaving, though, somehow some angel found it and returned it to Lost and Found. So she did end up getting it back. But I was so mad at her because I was like, that was the one thing I wanted to see was his opening. So I'm excited that we will be there for his opening. And hopefully he does a lot of throwbacks. He occasionally plays an Avicii song, which I'm a huge Avicii fan. So excited for all the feels and how fun that'll be. And then, and then we have next week, we have Above and Beyond club set, which Mom and Dad are making their return to the club scene after, I don't even know how many years it's been since I've been to the club. Definitely before COVID, I think. I don't know if I've.
Yeah, I haven't been to the club in a long time.
Really, really long time. The only time that I can think of that comes up is maybe 2019 for your birthday, for the joint birthday. I think we all went to a club afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's coming to mind of the last time I was potentially in a club. So it's been possibly 6 years.
Brush off those cobwebs.
Woo! And they're probably not coming on until midnight. So also going to need a lot of caffeine to
brush off the cobwebs.
Be able to hang out with this. But super excited. And then after that, we are on a little, any plans hiatus because we'll be really close to our wedding. So, and then that'll be the ultimate party.
We can't get sick.
No, we can't get sick. And I have pretty much made all of the playlists for the wedding. So I know they're going to be bangers. And I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
All right, so that wraps up episode 7 of Not Fully Qualified.
So if you want, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment about how we did or what you found interesting about this video.
Yeah, if anything resonated with you, or if you know any friends who'd be interested, we'd love for you to share it with them. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, or if you have any wins or fails you want us to share, we are happy to do that at notfullyqualified@gmail.com.
Or you can find us on Apple TV, or no, Apple
Apple TV. We have our own show.
Surprise!
Surprise! Someday.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Instagram at Not Fully Qualified.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.